worthy of an F. I always say, if you're not giving me an A, give me an F. You giving me the worst grade in the world, worse than an F, is a D. Because with the D, even though we love the D over here, you know which D I'm talking about. But with the D, oh, my coffee looks so good.
It does. That don't even look like coffee. That's not even coffee.
The way the whipped cream is running down the side of the coffee.
That is over.
The white stuff is run down the side of my face from time to time.
That looks really good. The coffee looks good.
That's my coffee.
If I drank coffee, I would drink that. That looks like coffee.
Y'all hire clowns as if you were running a circus. So you get a circus and you hire clowns. Anyway, moving on.
Take it from the people who play cards for him. He be cheating.
No, I only cheat on Uno. Only Uno. Only Uno.
Uno, Tuno, Luno, he is a cheater.
Everything.
If you cheat,
See, they said you probably look. He said you probably do cheat. He do.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I'm out of here. Bye.
OnlyFans so that you can look at the longer videos and you can go in the comforts of your own little room at the boarding house, rent it home, grab your little Albaline and smoke it out for as long as you want it, playing it over and over and over, the long videos of Elite's long peen, because you have an infatuation with his long peen. I am certain that at this point you want him to shove his long peen somewhere inside of your body. I'm just saying. The devil and the devil was fucking up here. Here he go.
Y'all wasn't gonna make me the oldest one on here.
You did not send me a text, a link.
I did.
I do have to say, Ty, you were in the group chat on Instagram, whatever Instagram that was.
Wait, what? Kenny? Love you down. I don't have no problem with Kenny. I like Kenny. But Kenny girl. Kenny girl. Kenny girl, we did not think he was nobody's straight. Neither did we think he was nobody's top. At best, verse. If I stretch, maybe if I stretch, I might give you first top. I'll stretch and give you first top. But you do know that we had already deduced that you like to have spoons dipped into your sugar bowl, right? We had already. I mean, I don't think there's anybody. Even DeAndre, who professes that he's the top, and Archie, who professes that he's the top, they profess to be straight tops. You ain't gonna get me to believe that they had a spoon dipped into their sugar bowl every now and then. The least about JG.
Yeah, no, that's a tough one. Well, definitely what I like the most about David is
y'all girls need to understand. Girl, you had a bust down. Girl, y'all had a one-night stand. Y'all got drunk one day. Y'all had a one-night stand. It was good that night because you was drunk. Probably if you was sober, you gonna be like, girl, this wasn't even that good. But girl, you was drunk or coked out or a combination of the two of them. Whatever the fuck y'all do down there to the LA. Y'all had a good bust down. It was what it was. You should have kept it moving. What's up, y'all? What's up? What up? Oh God, listen. I apologize. I apologize. Hello, hey. Good morning. I am not even. Y'all don't even want to know what my morning has been like. However, to God be all the glory. We are here. It is Saturday. It is time to be silly. This looks like my regular studio. It is not. It was. It's a whole story. I'm here. Just be happy. I am here. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-gender conforming members of the audience, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you may be. It is Saturday. It is time for us to be silly, and we will do that with fervency and zeal. I know I'm almost an hour late to my own live, and it's probably a lot going on. However, um, we're here. Nevertheless, we're here. Could y'all please share this video out if you would? Hey, Xavier. Hey, Amber. Hey, little baby. Hey, Cams. Can y'all be sure to share this out, please? Um, we are here. We're doing the best we can and all of that good stuff. I give people a chance to get here. I know I'm late, y'all. Press the like button, do all of the things, share, like, all of that stuff. Will give us a few moments for the people to get in place. But we're here. We're here. We're queer. Get used to it. Remember that was the old one. Hey, Diamond Pearl Gems. I've been handling stuff this morning. I still have more stuff. I took care. That's why I was late because I was taking care of some stuff this morning, and so and that relieved me of some stuff this afternoon. So yeah. But be that as it may, yeah, we're here. So I'll take care of some other stuff this afternoon and early tomorrow. So yeah, let me see if I could tweet this out on my Twitter. Let me see if we can listen. Me opening my Twitter account is like one of the scariest things. Like I can't open up my Twitter around normal people, even my channel Twitter, because my channel Twitter, unfortunately, I follow some people who sometimes put up things that should not be seen by the viewing public. So yeah, yeah. So yeah, I have to I I have to monitor anytime I get ready to open my Twitter account. So all right, let's do that. And let's tweet that out. All right. So I tweeted it out. Congratulations, Amber. Okay, congratulations. I'm thinking about doing pay-go. All right, cool. I do have 3 accounts, Xavier. I have my personal account, the channel account, and then I have the free Twitter account, the closed account. So I'm not doing a 4th one. I don't have the bandwidth to make. I can't even do like my personal Twitter account never gets anything put on it. I'll never even check my personal Twitter account because I'm trying to manage the two between the channel Twitter account and my free Twitter account. So yes. Anyway, so y'all, good morning, good morning, good morning. I got 3 computers going over here, y'all, because y'all know I need a producer. One of y'all need to just be my producer. But I'm my own one-man production team. Matter of fact, I got today's dossier prepared. Hey, Monk Chip Boo. Hey, Quintessential. I got everything prepared today while I was waiting for planes and stuff. Y'all just pray my strength in the Lord, okay? Just pray my strength in the Lord. But we got it done. I got some stuff done early this morning. We are here. We gonna make it happen. We ain't gonna make no excuses. We gonna do what we do. We gonna do what to do. So let me get myself prepared over here. Make sure I got all my stuff up and functional. Listen, y'all. Put a 27 in the chat. It's 36 degrees. It's supposed to get be in the 30s tomorrow here. Well, not here in my, but when I get back home, um, from Miami, it's supposed to be 36 degrees. So I'm not looking forward to that. But anyway, um, yeah, I'm getting all my stuff. My bells and whistles ready. Um, yeah, put a 27 in the chat if you've already seen Black Panther. I'm not gonna I thought it was one on the dossier today, but apparently it's not. So yeah, it's not on the dossier today. So we don't have to worry about it's 66 degrees in your area. No, tomorrow in Atlanta it's supposed to be cold, quintessential. It's supposed to be real cold tomorrow. In Miami it's hot. It's just hot. But so let me get everything prepared. Are we ready on this end? All right. Are we ready on this end? This is the end we need to be ready on. All right. Child, I don't know about Letitia. I wouldn't give Letitia there. You know, Angela always plays her part. We're not gonna give no spoilers yet, Xavier. We're not gonna do it yet. We're gonna wait. We're gonna give the people till Monday. Now, after Monday, boo boo. If you ain't went and seen it by Monday, it's nothing I can do for you. You just, it is what it is. You have until Monday. If you have not seen, if you have not visited Wakanda yet, um, I'm just saying, if you have not shed a well of tears over in Wakanda this weekend, and we get to Monday, baby, I can't help you. Baby, I cannot help you. There's no help for you, okay? There's no help for you. Do you hear me? None. None. Do you hear me? No help. Anyway, um, so can't wait till it comes up. You know what? We're not waiting till it come on Disney Plus. All right, so let's get started with today's dossier. Um, let's get prepared with today's dossier. I found out I have to share my entire window. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. Y'all can't hear me. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. All right. I think we're ready. Let's get down to it. Hey, everybody, anybody who's coming in, as you come in, I think we're ready now. Let's see here. We're ready. Here we go. Silly Saturday. So let's get her done. I feel like I need to take my overlay down. Yeah, let me take the overlay down just in case it blocks something. It might be something that the overlay is blocking. So let's do that. It's Silly Saturday. Let's do what we do. It's time for your favorite and my favorite segment. What segment is that? This is my favorite segment. Y'all favorite segment is Sugar Spike. My favorite segment is ABCs. Can we put in the chat what ABC stands for? Can we put in the chat what ABC stands for? Okay. What does ABC stands for? For those people new around these parts, ABC stands for say it with me, a bitch can't. Why? Because there are certain stories that we came across that made that tried to make their way into the dossier. And we was just, listen, we was just like, no, a bitch just can't. The dossier is way too packed. We got way too much going on. The way my brain is set up this morning, I ain't had no coffee. I all I got is this good ginger ale. Shout out to my cousin who got me all set up in here today. Shout out to her. Child. Anyway, she gets to see behind the scenes. She already had a ring light and stuff. She does Instagram and TikTok lives and Facebook lives. She won't do YouTube. Anyway, but yes, the ABCs of bitch came. And what do we have first on a bitch came? Anytime you see this face, you should be afraid. I'm gonna play this video and I'm gonna let it go from there. Oh, also put a 27 in the chat. If you cannot hear the video, if you cannot hear the video, put a 27 in the chat for me, okay?
They can't control you. They can't. They try to, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Not you, man.
But they can't control me. You
Not
see, it
you.
ain't no name I won't name. It's up.
Not you.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone and let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody, right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm appreciative.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me. You understand? They hit me. Gap, Adidas, all that away. Still, Forbes, who hate me, right, had to write net worth 400 million. Jesus is king. God loved me.
That's more important than feeding a life.
That's the thing. You know, this truth is gonna be heard. Y'all can't send none of y'all Meek Mills, y'all Puffies, y'all Lil Boozy, none of these names. None of these people have to listen to y'all because they have legal. I never killed nobody, right? I'm the pussy that never killed nobody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want and not go to jail.
Listen, I can't. I don't have. Listen, I don't. Mm-mm. I don't have this kind of energy. Like, there's way too much to unpack here. Way too all of this sacrificing and stuff. What the fuck? Like, what does that even mean? Because that's that conspiracy theory when people start talking about Illuminati's and cabals and stuff. Because anytime somebody dies, that's a sacrifice or something. So, wouldn't that mean that every human being on the face of the planet has sacrificed something? Because everybody has experienced death to some degree. Like, I'm not. I don't have time. Y'all go lock him up somewhere, please. Go find him some help. I don't have to. A bitch just came. A bitch just came. This is why he's over here in the ABC corner. We're not going to break this down today, ladies and gentlemen. ABC. A, B, C. A bitch came. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't have it to do. Nope. Next. Oh, right. Baker Active. Baker Active. Next on our
You can't control
oh, hold on,
anything.
y'all. There we go. Brace yourself, because I can't with this one either. Hold on.
In my room, I want you here. Now we're gonna be face to face, and I'll lay right down in my favorite place. But now I wanna be your dog. Now I wanna be your dog. And now I wanna be your dog.
What do y'all want me to do with that? What do y'all want me to do with that? Excuse me. No, that was not for Halloween. That was Madonna. You heard the song saying, "Bitch, I want to be your dog." She's crawling on the ground. She's lapping up water like some dog with a doggy bowl or whatever. I don't have the strength or energy for Madonna. Mm-mm. Nope. She's making like she's about to shove this bottle of whatever kind of condiment that was, hot sauce or whatever the fuck it was, up her. Hey, Nicole Stevens. We're Nicole Stevens. You're in Miss now. We just on the ABCs, and that was a video where we just have to say a bitch can't. A bitch just can't. I can't. I can't. Mm-mm. I can't. I honestly cannot. Y'all better go get her. Go get Madonna. I don't have the strength or energy. Hold on. Here's another story that, hey, Miss Kiki, that almost made it into the dossier today. But with everything we have going on, this is a quintessential Silly Saturday story. Those who've been rocking with me for years now, y'all know this is a Silly Saturday story. But I woke up this morning, had too much going on, and said, you know what, I just can't. I don't have it to do. Ma'am, sir, I'm sorry. Let me greet you properly. Mr. Burris and Miss Kelly, how the fuck did you steal $1,200 worth of shit out of Dollar General? I don't. How much shit do you have to be stealing out of Dollar General to come up with $1,200? Hell, it takes a lot for you to buy $1,200 worth of stuff from like Publix and shit. You talk about Dollar General? Like, what are you still? Dollar General ain't that high where you stealing $1,200 worth of shit. I'm just trying to figure this out. $1,200. I don't even know nothing in Dollar General that I want like that. That I'm willing to steal $1,200 worth of. Like, really? Like, there's a Dollar General right by me. And going through that, first of all, you know, in Dollar General, they never have what you need. You walk in a goddamn Dollar General, and it's always you go to you because I usually go to see if I can get a sale on like cleaning products and stuff. And you go there looking for some shit, and they never have what you want. And you be like, what the fuck? And it's always shit just randomly in the aisles. They never got the shit stocked. They got hold the little carts or whatever they have with the little merchandise that's never on the shelf, always sitting in the middle of the aisle waiting to be put on the shelf, but never in the goddamn shelf. I'm trying to figure this shit out. Like, how the hell? Dollar Tree, $1,200? Listen, They need if people around here doing that, they need to redo super. I know they tried to do a reboot of Supermarket Sweep with Leslie Jones that didn't go really well. I was a big fan of the old Supermarket Sweep, but they really need if people can come out with $1,200 worth of shit in Dollar General, they need to reinvent Supermarket Sweep out of Dollar General. If we got this kind of buffoonery going on, what's good, Sean? What's good, Fi? Listen, I don't know how this is possible, but unfortunately, that made it into our ABCs today. A bitch can't. I don't have the energy, so I didn't have the energy today for Kanye. Nope. I did not have the energy for Madonna acting like she's a dog, shoving shit up her ass or cooch or whatever she's shoving that hot sauce bottle in. I don't have time for her lapping up water out of a doggy bowl, and I don't have time for Mr. Burrs and Mrs. Kelly and how they ran away from police, trying to get away with $1,200 worth of shit from Dollar General. I don't have a bitch just can't. I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the energy. Go with God. I just can't. $1,200 at the Dollar Tree, y'all. I can't. I can't do it. Where we at? All right, we're in the dossier. Let's jump right into the dossier today. In the dossier. So, over there round to the dumpster fire that is the Twitter. So, Elon Musk, right? I told y'all last week how they had the shit where Twitter tried to do the check mark for $7.99. The shit didn't go well. People started trolling him and using his name to be verified, and now they're then they had to take it away like in the same day or whatever. So now what they're doing is you have the verified check mark, and then you have the other verification underneath your handle that has the verified. It's not blue, but it has verified. Then it says official. So it has another verified check that's white and says official. That they have. They went to doing that because they figured out that Elon Musk is a whole ass idiot and an imbecile, and now they're trying to clean it up and figure out ways to get this shit right. In other news, Tumblr, who just went back, I think like a week or so ago, to putting up explicit and XXX content back on Tumblr because they realized when they stopped doing that they went, they went down to shit. Nobody went over to Tumblr no more because we was only over there for the porn, okay? And so when they took away porn from Tumblr, people left porn on Tumblr and went to Twitter with all of their porn needs. So now since Twitter, Tumblr feels like that was prime time for them to capitalize on the fact that people won't want to go back to Twitter. Tumblr went back to allowing porn back on Tumblr, and so now they are trolling Twitter and Elon Musk by saying that they are offering 2 check marks for $7.99. Oh yes, 2 check marks from this come from Complex. Let me read this real fast. In a post made on social media network on the social media network's staff page on Thursday, Tumblr introduced the option of users to purchase 2 blue check marks to appear next to their account name for $7.99. For those who haven't been keeping up with Elon Musk's straight up catastrophic takeover of Twitter, subscribers of Twitter Blue can now get themselves verified on the platform for $7.99, and so forth and so on. So Tumblr is trolling. Tumblr says, "Oh, y'all give a 1 check mark for $7.99. For $7.99, we're giving 2. Just a mess." In other news, all of the executives down to the Twitter have quit. So now after he fired half the staff, the executives, the C-level people, the C-suite people down there, the Twitter, have said, "Yeah, we're not here for this fuck shit." And they have all ceremoniously quit. So people are really trying to figure. It's a whole dumpster fire over there. That shit is the Titanic at this point. Now, I noticed people had a lot to say about Elon Musk firing 3,700 people, half the staff down to the Tumblr. I mean, to the Twitter. Ain't nobody said a goddamn thing about Mark Zuckerberg ceremoniously firing 11,000 people. So that's what we're doing. We just firing people left and right. Nobody has a goddamn thing to say to Mark Zuckerberg. They'll have no smoke for Mark Zuckerberg, but they got all of the smoke for Elon Musk. Now, I ain't saying they shouldn't have smoke for Elon Musk because that bitch ain't shit. Like, I know Elon Musk has his own suite down in the ninth level of hell. And so do a whole lot of other white people from South America, because South America is one of the worst places on the face of the planet outside of these yet to be United States of America when it comes to racism and discrimination. I mean, they go hand in hand. Child, girl, child. I've been on Zuckerberg ever since child. Ever since he came up with this meta mess. Child, Mark Zuckerberg fired 11,000 people over down to the meta universe and Facebook. 11,000. I said South America. I meant South Africa. You know what I meant. You know I meant South Africa. I think I said South America. SASA, South Africa. I meant South Africa. I did. Thank you, Xavier. Child, yeah, Mark Zuckerberg fired 11,000 people, but that's being swept up under the radar. Nobody wants to talk about how he done fired 11,000 people. Anyway, next in the dossier, oh yes, this young man right there. Who is this young man? Some of you already know who he is. Some of you already know who he is. I don't even have to say it. So that young man, ladies and gentlemen, is Alex Jones. Now, Alex Jones has been ordered to pay. That's Alex Jones. He is the conservative, ultra right wing radio broadcaster, he's social media radio broadcaster, whatever, podcaster, and all of that, block, whatever you want to call him. Anyway, he has been ordered to pay $473 million in another lawsuit. Now, if you all recall, a jury a few months ago ordered him to pay $965 million to Sandy Hook families, and now a judge in New Jersey has ordered him to pay $473 million, which totals $1.44 billion with the B to Sandy Hook families. Why? Because he was running. Now, don't feel sorry for him. Please don't cry for him, Argentina. Bro makes a lot of money over there with conservative radio, conservative podcasts, and conservative television shows and shit that he does over there for the far right wing. The far right wingers got a lot of money to throw around, and he is one of those people. Anyway, he was going around saying that Sandy Hook was a hoax. He was going around just on all of his platforms saying that it was a lie, that that it was a false flag operation by crisis actors. He was saying that it was crisis actors as the grieving parents, and that this was all a hoax to try to strengthen gun control laws. Mind you, there were 20 little children that were killed and 6 adults, but he decided to say it was a hoax. Okay, so I'm sorry, it wasn't in New Jersey, it was in Connecticut. Excuse me, let me get that correct. It was in Connecticut, not New Jersey. That's where the ruling happened. The judge is. But anyway, she ordered him to pay that amount of money. Also, she has put a freeze on all of his bank accounts and all of his assets, because what he tried to do after the $965 million jury ruling, he tried to file for bankruptcy. And so this judge said, nah, boo, we ain't having no parts of that shit. You gonna run this good money. And so she's frozen all of his accounts and all of his access to all of his accounts. Just in case he you know, act stupid. So this is what happens. This is what happens when you act ugly. So he's going to be panhandling outside the Piggly Wiggly at Publix, or the Pup Chow. He's going to be somewhere. Run his pockets, run him for all his coins. Run his pockets and run him for all of his coins. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. When people try to come up with these conspiracy theories and they try to spew all of this venom and trash that's unfounded, that just it should not be said. A lot of these conspiracy theories, people think they could just throw them out there and nothing will happen to them. There are real consequences that you can and will have to pay. These people are not going to play with you. These people are not going to be okay with you just saying some of the most awful things about their family and their loved ones. And these people have been grieving. You're talking about more than 20 children. We're talking about kindergartners, and I think they were either between 4 and 6 years old. And you're talking about this is a hoax, that these are grief actors, crisis actors that's acting as grieving parents. Like, really, who would go through all of that? Like, you really think the federal government would do all of that just to do something about gun control laws? Trust me, you all do enough. There's enough history in this country with regard to brutal shootings all over this country. In the history of this country, there's too much to use, as ammo to, do something about gun control laws. If y'all were going to do something about gun control laws, you would have done it already, and we would not be in this situation. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. That's good for him. Good. He's another one of the biggest, the racists and the white supremacists. I'm not gonna recommend you going on over there and listen to him, because like I said, he's one of those conservative, bigoted, racist ass white men that just says any and everything out his mouth and think that there are no repercussions for it. I don't feel bad for him. Go somewhere and shrivel up and in a corner and let them take your money. In other news, no, that's not the new promo for We Are the World. That is just a small sampling of the many children of my ex baby daddy, Nick Cannon. So girl. So what they're saying is hold on. Where am I at? I'm look. Oh, here it is. Here it is, right here. So they're saying that I would. Well, no, I was not a part of the harem. I was before the harem. Okay, before he got out of control, and got way out of order and started shoving his spoon into every sugar bowl this side this side of the universe. I was there before it got all tainted and all just, nasty. Before there was even Monroe and Moroccan, before even them, before I allowed my girl Mimi to have some parts. No, I was before Mimi. I go back to the days of all that. I go back to the day, the early day before I allowed my queen Mimi to allow him to dip his spoon into her sugar bowl. See, I was before all of that, okay? I was way before. Hey, Tracy, you late to class today. You was late to class today. Now, I'm not going to make you do a 500-word essay because I rolled into class late today as well. So I ain't going to make you do this good 500-word essay today because I was late today too. However, I'm going to have you rolling up in here late. Lord, you're supposed to be the line leader. Jesus. You're supposed to be the hall monitor. What isn't that what they call it when you had the little the little bright orange sash, and wasn't that the hall monitor or what is it called? I forgot what they used to call them kids that when you had the little bright orange sash and you walk through the hallway like bitch what? Like you the police some shit. Or you took your mom to go see Wakanda was good. I'll give you a pass today. Anyway, they're saying that with all his 12 kids, he's going safety patrol. Thank you. Thank you. I was that one time, and in my elementary school, they used to it wasn't like you had one person, like it was a rotation, and you had like 2 weeks rotation. So every 2 weeks they would decide who would be able to be safety patrol. It was either 2 weeks or a month. I know it wasn't like the whole year. And so you used to get the little sash and you used to walk to school like, what, bitch, what? You used to have your little sash. It had a little badge on it too, I remember. They couldn't tell you nothing. You were so proud to have your little sash on, like, bitch, what? Thank you, y'all. Safety Patrol. I heard that they turned them like, years later, like the neon yellow color. Mine was the orange. Hey, it's me, D. What's good? It's me, D. Went to Wakanda last night. Yeah, it had a little silver badge on there. Did you have a good time? It's me, D. Did you cry like a baby, like I told you you was? I know you did. I ain't even worried. Anyway, so here's the deal. They're saying that for all of Nick Cannon's money, he's gonna have to pay $3 million a year in child support. Now, everybody always now Nick Cannon used to be something not to be fucked up with. Nick Cannon's net worth, like when he was president and CEO of Nick Teens and stuff, used to be in the 9 figures. Now his net worth is only in the 8 figures. He's only worth $20 million at this point. Now, you say, oh, that's still a lot of money. Not when you paying $3 million a year in child support. That's $3 million. Bam. Before you pay for anything, before you pay for a house, a car, insurance, taxes, and all that other good stuff, that's $3 million a year. That's a lot of money. That's almost 20% of your salary. That's a lot of money. I'm just saying. Like, and he just keep having kids. Nick's and that he spends more than 3 million. He may very well spend more. I'm just saying that would be the minimum that he would have to pay is 3 million. He may very well spend more money a year on his kids. But what I'm saying is Nick Cannon is someone who has to be like a Steve Harvey at this point. What do I mean by Steve Harvey? Steve Harvey maintains his wealth because he has 8,000 jobs. That's how Steve Harvey maintains his wealth. Nick Cannon is the same way. Nick Cannon is not putting out music like that that's making people buy it like that. Like he's not a big time music artist. He's also not a big time actor. You don't see him in a lot of movies and things like that. Now he's doing well with being the host of different television shows like The Masked Singer and stuff like that. And I know he has some radio programs that he has wilding out. But my point is, he has to maintain a regimen of a whole lot of different ventures that he has to be in order to keep that amount of capital coming in. He also is someone who suffers from lupus, which is very rare in men. It's much more prevalent in women, but he also suffers from lupus, which is a disease that fucks with his immune system. So there are periods of times where he's out of there, where he can't really function and shit like that. So my point is, that shit is gonna come up with you. If you paying a minimum of $3 million a year in child support, bruh, You need to be back in the $100 million a year category where you got that kind of capital where you can say, you know what, hey, let me put this out there. Now, like you said, he may be spending more than $3 million a year, but that's a lot of money because you decided that it wasn't a good idea for you to go ahead and put on a prophylactic. Can you mix in a prophylactic every now and again? Like, I understand that you might be trying to go by your own island and populate that whole island with all of the generations of your kids and shit like that. But that shit is expensive. It's very expensive. And I know Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines, but baby, you ain't Solomon, okay? Hey, Tanya Boo. Hey, Boo. I don't know, but what I do know is that shit is expensive. I don't care how you try to chop it up, Nick Cannon. $3 million is still $3 million. I'm just saying. I don't, child. I don't understand. Nick, you should have been got the snip snip. You could have spent them couple $1,000 to get the snip snip and been around there doing what you do. Here's my other question. I'm just saying. I would not take Nick back. That's too many kids. If he had a couple kids, if he had 2 or 3, maybe I'll take him back. But baby, you got like 12 kids, baby, and that's taking money out of my pocket. I don't have the type of time and energy. No, we can't do that. No, we're not doing all of that. No, women, ladies in the chat, could you date a man if he had 12 kids? Even if he told you, listen, I take care of my kids, I got the money, I'm taking care of my kids. They say I only owe 3 million, I give 12 million a year on my kids. Could you date a man that had that many kids? And if you couldn't date a man that had that many kids, how many kids? What is your limit? What is the amount of kids that a man can have for you to be like, yeah, that's it for me? That's too many. What's your threshold? What is the number of kids where you say, nope, we ain't doing it? I don't have it to do. What is your number? I just want to know how many kids, women, can a man have for you to say, yeah, that's my limit right there. Tanya said 4. I'm gonna give you 3. I'm gonna give you 3. I'm gonna give you 3. Baby, once you go past listen, that's too many. Anyone that dates him better put him in the Stedman Graham Pro. But here's my other thing. Sweet Pea say 2. Thank you for hopping out the bushes, Sweet Pea. Hey, boo. Hey, boo. My current dude has 1, and he's even talking about being done with his 1. That sounded cute to me. Listen, I think that if I were a woman, I would say it would be 3. Now, I've dated men who have kids, and I'm like, but most of the men that I've dated that have kids, the most they've ever had is 2. Most of them had like 1. I've dated one that had 2, but I ain't never dated nobody that had more than 2. Nicole Stevens says 3. He have 12 kids in the vasectomy because it's post vasectomy. Oh, okay. Does the 4 come with the crazy baby mom? That's the question. Because with kids come baby mamas. And you can't control baby mamas. The other issue I have is since Nick Cannon is the modern day Johnny Appleseed over here spreading seed across America. Dear God, shout out to Johnny Appleseed. Since Nick Cannon, Johnny Appleseed is around here spreading seed across America. Anybody, they talk about all of these. Here's the thing. Here's my question. This is a real question. And I didn't even know I was going to be walking this heavy today on Silly Saturday. But we'll walk it a little heavy for about a good 30 seconds. My question is this. Why for is it that, hey, Volvo, why for is it that when straight men around here plowing digging out and plunging the womb of everything across the fruited plain, every woman across the fruited plains. The only thing people are worried about is how many kids he have. But if my gay ass said that I was digging out everything across the fruited plains, it will be all about what STDs and STIs I have. But there's never that same amount of energy for my heterosexual man. I just want to know, because if Nick Cannon got this many kids, and Nick Cannon, and you know he had to have fucked way more women than that, why nobody ever bring up the fact that he's probably infectious disease doctor's wet dream? Why nobody ever bring that up? Why is that never a concern? The concern is always, oh, you got too many kids. Not the fact that you probably bringing every STD and STI in America back to my house. I don't know. Anybody notice that? I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too hard at it. Let me get up out let me get up out the weeds. We ain't doing no heavy lifting today. We're not gonna walk it hard today. We're not gonna do that. Let's get back to being silly. It's Silly Saturday. Hey, shout out to the 27 people in the chat. Bell Teddy 27. Hey y'all, what's up? Say hello. Shondo's in the chat, y'all. Shondo's in the chat. What Diamond Pearl Gem say, it's not the number of kids, it's the number of baby neck child. Girl. See, I could do 2 or 3 kids if the baby mamas are okay, but he could have one and a terrible baby mama, and I would say hell no. Child, I'm telling you, everyone got UTI. Nick said 80% of the women he has been with pH is off, so Nick is one child. A mess. Now, watch this. My grandmother got remarried after but she had 16 kids, but most of her kids were grown when she got remarried. She only had, like, when she got remarried, how many kids did my grandma still have in the house? She probably had about 4. She probably, maybe 5. I'm gonna say she had 5. She might have had 6. Yeah, she probably had 6 still in the house at the time. But my grandmother loved my grandma. They said my grandma had that sweet, good cooch, honey, and passed it along. Baby, they said my grandma had that good, honey. She passed it along, honey, because all my family is very fruitful. Everybody in my family got a whole bunch of kids. Baby, that's one thing about my family. They ain't never had no problem giving it away, honey. Because, baby, child, girl, them people got a lot of kids. Moving on. All right. Moving on to some white people shit. So that is Hall of Fame quarterback Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen. Now they are in the news. We know they are in the middle of a terrible divorce, right? So, I'm still gonna do this story. I don't care. I'm gonna do this story still because this story gave me life. Oh, I forgot to do this story. Shit, I forgot to do this story. It don't matter. I'm gonna still do it. So I'm gonna do it after this story. So y'all, Gisele Bündchen is petty, right? And she's my kind of petty. She bought an $11+ million home in Miami Beach, right across the river, meaning because both of their homes are right in the on the intercoastal wall. Their home is on an island, and there's a river that goes in between it, and it's like off the intercoastal or whatnot. So she bought an $11 million home, $11.5 million home. I shouldn't call it. I should say a palatial estate. Hey, feel good? What's good, bruh? And it's right across the creek, I should say, from Tom Brady, just to show him, bitch, I got your money. Now, keep in mind, she had her own money. Now, don't get it twisted. Gisele Bündchen had her own money. She's a very famous supermodel, but I don't know who had more money. They say Tom Brady has made hundreds, and I'm doing hundreds, plural, of millions of dollars between NFL contracts and endorsements and so forth. So he has hundreds of $1 million of his own. But she done bought her a house right across the creek from his, so she could wake up in the morning, probably walk out the house butt ass naked, bend over to pick something up, and wave from the back like, "Hey, bitch, see what you ain't gonna have no more, boo." Well, she probably on the she probably be out on the patio, put the kids to bed, and be getting dug out just so he can watch. Like, I wonder if it's directly in front of his or like maybe off to the side. Because the petty in me will have it directly in front of his and be having whole brothels and be getting dug out just so you can say, "Oh, you home today? Oh, it's about weekend, you home? Okay, boo. Well, let me get my boo outside and we just gonna throw it back a little bit harder today." Because I'm petty like that. Yeah, she can take the speedboat over, drop the kids off. Chum. I ain't mad at it, Giselle. Do what you, because how many kids? I think they got like 2 or 3 kids. I think they got like 2 or 3 kids. Chum. These are problems that we clearly don't have, because the amount of money that they're gonna have to split and stuff in this divorce, just a mess. Just a mess. Now, it could be one of those situations where she be like, going on over there to your daddy house. I ain't got the type of time. My boo coming over. Bitch, going on over there to your daddy house. We ain't doing this today. Going on over there. Now he around the corner. Go around the corner to your daddy house. I have this kind of time. You know where he live at. Don't get lost. I'll see y'all when y'all get back. I'm just saying. You be like, going on over there now. Don't bother me. My boo coming over. Going to your daddy house. I'll see you tomorrow. See you in a couple of days. I'm just saying. They are diagonal from each other, so it's a house right in front of hers. So we'll, she will be showing the neighbors. So we here for it. I show the neighbors even harder. Be like, "Yeah, going on over there. Tell Tom what you saw. He'll be doing it hard in front of the neighbors. Go on over there and tell Tommy boy what you saw over here. Tell him I'm throwing it back real good over here." Let me do this other story that I forgot to put a picture up for, but we're gonna do it now. So I was rushing this morning. I apologize, y'all, for not having the picture up of this. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second, because I'm gonna get this picture up for y'all. Y'all hold on 1 second. 1 quick second. While y'all hold it on 1 good second, I'm gonna play the intro music one more good time so I can get this together, because I want to get this together for y'all. Okay, so give me a second, y'all. I really want to do this story some justice, because this is my kind of story. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna take the intro music off before if I finish early, but I got to get this story, and I want to do this story justice. Here's the intro music again. I'll be right back.
Worthy of an F. I always say worthy of an F. If you're not giving me an A, give me an F. If you're not giving me the worst grade in the world, worse than an F, is a D. Because with the D, even though we love the D over here, you know, give me an F. But with the D,
my coffee looks so good.
It does. That don't even look like coffee. That's not even coffee.
The way the whipped cream is running down the side of the coffee.
That is over.
The white stuff is running down the side of my face from time to time.
That looks really good. The coffee looks good.
That's my coffee.
If I drink coffee, I will. That looks like coffee.
Y'all hire a clown, y'all, as if you were running a circus. Hire a clown, so you get a circus. So you hire a clown. Hire a clown. Anyway, moving on.
Take it from the people who play cards for him. He be cheating.
I only cheat on Uno. Only Uno. Only Uno.
Uno, Tuno, Luno, he is a cheater.
If you cheat,
see, they said you probably look. He said you probably do cheat. He do.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I'm out of here.
OnlyFans, so that you can look at the longer videos. And you can go off in the comforts of your own little room at the boarding house. Rented home. grab your little album, and smoke it out. Smoke it you want it. Play it over and over and over. The long videos of Malik's long peen. Because you have an infatuation with his long peen. I am first. And at this point, you want him to shove his long peen somewhere inside of your body. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Double.
There
he go. Here we go.
Y'all wasn't gonna make me the oldest one on here.
You did not send me a text, a link.
I did. I do have to say, Kai, you were in the group chat on Instagram, whatever.
What? Let me down. I don't have no problem with you. Let me down. I don't have no problem with you. We did not think he was nobody straight. We did not think he was nobody straight. That's first. Hey, I stretch. Hey, you might stretch. How about getting first? All right, we back. Had to do some things, get it right, because I ain't want it not to be right for y'all. See how much I love y'all? We back. Hi, we back. So we were talking about Giselle, but listen, y'all. How many of y'all would be petty like this? Like, would you be petty like Giselle? Like, could you move in the same neighborhood as your if you were like, I ain't just talking about this your ex-boyfriend or some scrub, but you are Giselle Bundchen. You and your husband are having a bitter divorce. Y'all got hundreds of millions of dollars to split up. It ain't going well. Could you really live in the same neighborhood as your ex-husband? Like, would you buy a house in the same neighborhood as your ex-husband just to be petty? I'm just saying. Shay B, hey Shay B, thank you for popping out the bushes. She said no. Could I? Yes, I could, because I'm petty like that. All right, so here's the next story that I told y'all I had to do some justice. So our next story in the dossier is made for Silly Saturday. What is it? Oh, yes. That, ladies and gentlemen, the black man is Jay Farrell. The white guy is Pete Davidson. Why are they in the news? Because Pete Davidson has said that Jay Farrell has said that he and Pete Davidson's are penis twins. I'm gonna let y'all listen to the hold on one second, y'all. Let me hold on one second. Let me make sure I don't get no echo and no feedback. Give me just a moment. Hold on, y'all. Hold on just a moment. I want to make sure that I have this just right. I don't want to have no feedback. I know sometimes this thing be having feedback, and I don't really want no feedback. Come on. All right, there we go. There we go. Bim, bam, boom. All right, that's better. So I want y'all to hear, okay? I want y'all to hear this conversation between Pete Davidson. He is on one of these little podcasts with the white people and stuff like that. I have the name of it. Oh, he's on the Jess Cagle show, and he's talking about Pete Davidson. Let me turn this up. Let me turn my volume up so y'all can hear it. All right, here's the volume. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Jay, I am curious because you both sort of like low-key praise, but also low-key drag Pete Davidson.
Oh
in
I
the
love your
special.
praising thing.
Yeah, it's praising, but it's also like, because you're like, how is that possible? Like, he gets Megan Sale. At the time of this filming, you're like, I'm sorry, is he talking to Kim Kardashian? You're like, what's happening?
Hey man, it's Pete. There's something in the sauce. He got something, okay? You got something inside. I talked to him. I said, Pete, man, what is it? I said, what'd you do? What was it? How you do it? How'd you do it?
Should you donate your body to science? There's something that is otherworldly about him.
What do you do? He told me what it was. It's his endowment. That's what he told me it is.
He confirmed.
He confirmed it. He was like, yeah, bro, it's like 9 inches. And I was like, well, word? Oh, snap. We twins. That's crazy.
A coincidence.
We're both so talented and great. That's great.
So, literally, Pete Davidson. Oh, that's my guy. Oh, I love him.
Is that the secret? Is that all it takes?
Is
that the secret?
I mean, they go on. That's all the part that I really care about. They went on to talk about more stuff. I really didn't care. I just need somebody to confirm. Now, if you go check for Jay, I've been a Jay Farrell fan since before Jay Farrell was even on SNL. Jay Farrell has been a comedian for quite some time, and he's been fine for a long time. Child, you can go online and see pictures of Jay Farrell in various stages of undress and various sweatpants and shit. I ain't got enough time to pull those pictures up. I just got this one up for y'all, but he's a cutie now, and we're just trying to verify and validate Jay what's going on. Inquiring minds want to know. Hey, China White. Hey, boo. So, for those ladies and men who may be wondering, Jay Farrell has stated that he and Pete Davidson are meat twins. They both got a lot going on. Built like tripods, built with kickstands, got a lot going on. God save all of the cervixes around America. Help us, Jesus. Like I said, I wanted to do that story. Hey, Patty Duke, what's good? Now, I want y'all to put in the chat. Can y'all put in the chat for me? Who else do you think would be meat twins with these two? Like, who else do we know in the industry is also hacking down there, and that's why they got a whole lot of meat? I mean, we just talked about one, Nick Cannon. We don't already see his meat all across Al Gore's internet. We know he packing a wallop over there, which is why he shove it in every sugar bowl he can. Who else falls into that category? I had said a long time ago, why y'all put it in the chat, even before all of this stuff came out about Pete Davidson and his meat, I had said a long time ago, Pete Davidson ain't the easiest on the eyes. So he really got to be working with something that makes the women swoon and go, ooh, girl, ooh. Ooh, girl, ooh. You need to go over there and get you some parts of Pete Davidson, because he be getting with some real high-level women. And so I just always have wanted, it's some people you have to wonder, baby, you got to be working with a third ass leg in order for people to really want to get with you, because you really ain't cute like that. Child, Pete Davidson was one of them, but we'll see. Speaking of people who people say don't look that good, or who I have every day of the week, y'all don't got to have no parts of Wiz Khalifa. He probably falls into this category. Wiz Khalifa is another one of my baby daddies. I'll fuck y'all up by Wiz Khalifa. I will fuck y'all. That's my type. Tall, skinny. That's all I need right there. Anyway, so he is in the news. Where's my Wiz Khalifa story? Where's my Wiz Khalifa? Where the hell? Oh, here it is right there. So, you too, Shay B? Ciao. So Wiz Khalifa's ex-assistant has a $60,000 lawsuit against Wiz Khalifa because he said he failed to pay grocery bills and compensate him for overtime. Let me read y'all a little bit of this. This is according to Radar Online. Wiz Khalifa's ex-employee, Jason Gonzalez, recently dropped a lawsuit that accused the rapper of failing to compensate him for working overtime. Gonzalez previously filed the suit against Wiz Khalifa, whose real name is Cameron Thomas, in Los Angeles Superior Court. He was said to be a housekeeper and errand runner for the Black and Yellow artist. The lawsuit stated Gonzalez was employed by the 35-year-old rapper from February 2017 to January 2019. I didn't know Wiz Khalifa was that old. I thought he was like one of the younger kids. I didn't know he was 35. That makes him even more attractive because now you older. Okay, I'm here for it. That's why he's the baby daddy. I'm here for it. So allegedly, Gonzalez's line of work included running errands such as picking up medication and dry cleaning. In addition, Gonzalez claims his estranged boss made him pay for groceries and other expenses out of pocket. However, he said Wiz Khalifa promised to pay him back for his assistance, including any mileage he put on his car. The young, wild, and free artist allegedly failed to compensate Gonzalez the $9,000 spent on out-of-pocket expenses and the $1,700 spent on gas. Wiz Khalifa allegedly failed to provide his former employee with proper meal breaks as well. Ciao. The court document stated that Gonzalez was wrongfully terminated in retaliation for taking action to be paid properly. Amid being fired, he properly examined his pay stubs and allegedly realized he was owed an additional $1,672 in overtime. The lawsuit requested $25,000 for the unpaid overtime, plus an extra $25,000 for the improper meal breaks. Gonzalez also demanded his ex-boss pay him another $10,000 for a reimbursement for a grand total of $60,000. Wiz Khalifa said the employee was overpaid based on records his team has pulled. He claimed Gonzalez was reimbursed for all legitimate expenses, demanding the entire lawsuit be dismissed. It's unclear why, but before a trial date was set, the ex-assistant dropped the case. That's a lot going on. It's a lot to unpack there. Y'all know they say these celebrities do that. They're very notorious for doing this. They'll go, hey, lovely 31 Blueprint, you real late for class today. Real late. Where's your hall pass? Where's your pass? Do you have a pass for being this late to my class? I'll agree with that, Patty Duke. I'll agree with that. I agree with that totally. I agree with that totally. But remember Antonio Brown had a situation like this with one of his assistants and things like that. And you hear about these types of lawsuits and cases all of the time about assistants and personal assistants and errand boys and chefs and stylists and all types of people who get hired by these celebrities. And a lot of times they'll have to pay for stuff out of their pocket, and the celebrity is supposed to reimburse them, and that money never comes, and they're just out of it. Now, what ends up happening is a lot of people will look past it if that means that will get them more gigs with celebrities, or that'll be like a networking thing and get them more notoriety. But if nothing comes out of it, I'm with Mr. Gonzalez. Bitch, where's my money? I need my coins. Stop playing with a real G. I ain't mad at it. Get your coins, Mr. Gonzalez. And after that, Wiz, you can stop by my house. I'll rub your body real nice and make sure you okay. You ain't got to pay me in money, Wiz Khalifa, but you can pay me in meat. That's all I think. All I need is meat. That's all my payment needs to be. Meat and access to your credit cards, of course. Meat and access to the credit cards, I'm okay. We can make this happen. You ain't got to do all of that. You could call me the errand boy. I could be the living errand boy, okay? The living errand boy. Long as I have access to one of the cards and that meat whenever I need, we good. Listen, I take care of the little kids. This will be one of the situations I can take care of the kids. I don't have no problem doing that. God, that's the problem. But that's what Wiz Khalifa is going through. I really hate this young man. I really do. I really dislike him. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I really cannot stand this young man. He makes my skin crawl. So I'm not going to listen. I don't have a lot of time to spend on this young man and what he got going on. But Drew Barrymore, first of all, I didn't even know Drew Barrymore had a goddamn I didn't even know Drew Barrymore had a talk show. So she got a talk show and she done caught the COVID and she's at home with COVID. So she needs guest hosts or she needs guest hosts for her talk show. And so I think 50 is supposed to do a week. I don't even, first of all, I don't even like the way um 50 talks. I don't like anything about him. He's not easy on the eyes. There's no redeeming qualities about him. But he's gonna be on the Drew Barrymore show for like a week or so, hosting. I don't really care. Somebody might care. I thought I would bring it to y'all. I didn't even know she even had a show for her to allow Wiz Khalifa to go on and ruin like that. But child, we'll keep it moving. I don't have this type of time for her. Moving on. All right, so here's a little bit to unpack. Here's a little bit to unpack. So where's my stuff? I'm listen, because I'm not home, my stuff is all over the place. I'm real disheveled and all of my stuff ain't where it's supposed to be. Because normally I'd be like boom, 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 and have all my stuff ready. And that's just not happening right now. All right. Get over and see what's happening in the chat, child. You know, I tell you all the time, Quintessential, I am the sideshow. The real show is over there in the chat. The chat is where the real show is. That's the real show. All right, so Jada Brown. So with the whole Kyrie Irving situation, tweeting out that documentary, I think it's Negroes to Jews to Negroes or Negroes to Jews or something like that. I forgot the name of it. I can't remember that. I haven't watched it or whatever. Anyway, so we know the Nets suspended him for 5 games. And Adam Silver has come out and said he's met with Kyrie Irving. He doesn't feel like Kyrie Irving is an he doesn't feel Kyrie Irving is anti-Semitic. LeBron James is on record saying that he feels like the punishment is too extensive. And here's the thing. In the NBA, this is not the NFL. In the NFL, the team owners and Roger Goodell, they run it like a real plantation. Their word is law, and whatever they say goes. The NBA is not the same as the NFL, and we can't conflate it. Hey, LaDonna, what's good, boo? We can't conflate the NFL and the NBA to be in the same thing. In the NBA, the players absolutely have much more of a say in what happens in the NBA than what you would see in the NFL, which is why Robert Sarver, who is the owner of they don't even call their the team owners. I forgot the name that they use in the NBA, but they went away from calling them owners because of that whole thing of about alluding to plantations and slavery and things like that. I forgot the name of it. It'll come back to me at some point. But he was fired because, I mean, he lost his team because the players said, we're not playing for him. We will not allow someone to be over a team or to own a team and be racist and bigoted and discriminatory. Get him out of there. And they got him out of there. And that there's a history of that in the NFL going all the way back to the Clippers and what's the old owner of the Clippers? I can't think of this man's name right now. Who he lost his team. It'll come to me later. But anyway, so the fact that there are players now backing Kyrie Irving leads me to believe he'll be coming back sooner than later. But Jaylen Brown has come out because he's calling out Nike. Now, Nike dropped Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving had an $11+ million endorsement deal. Donald Sterling, thank you, y'all. Donald Sterling. I couldn't think of Donald Sterling there because remember he had the girlfriend that had that whole visor hat, and everybody started wearing that thing. Remember she used to have a little thing with the big visor over her face, and everybody started wearing those. That was way back in the day before the COVID. So every day we had mask. Mama had a mask before COVID was even a thing, honey. And that was real cute back in the day. Hey, Mary, thank you for hopping out the chat to help me with that. Donald Sterling, thank you. And Donald Sterling, remember, had practices of discrimination with his real estate properties and things like that, and a lot of horrible things that he was doing and saying in and around the LA Clippers. Anyway, so Nike has dropped Kyrie Irving from and done away with his deal. He had an $11+ million deal with Nike. And here is one of the statements that that Nike put out. Well, this is part of the statement from Nike. They said, and this came from Nike's co-founder Phil Knight. When they dropped his shoe deal, they said, quote, Kyrie stepped over the line. It's kind of that simple. He made some statements that we just can't abide by, and that's why we ended the relationship. And I was fine with that. We look at what we sign, who we sign, and how much we pay, and we look not only at how good the athlete is, but what his or her character are. That's not good English. Anyway, it's not an exact science, but it's a process that we go through with a lot of intensity and with a lot of people sticking their hand in it, end quote. Jaylen Brown replied to that tweet and said, since when did Nike care about ethics? Now, if you don't know what Jaylen Brown is talking about, Nike has been in the news for decades now because of their practices with their business. They have sweatshops and stuff all over Southeast Asia where they have children and women and children and all types of people that are, subjected, I should say, to horrible working conditions, sweatshops. They get paid pennies. They don't get breaks. They don't have, all types of, and so they have literally dozens of sweatshops littered all across Southeast Asia. And so that's why Jaylen Brown tweeted out like, wait a minute, since when did Nike care about ethics? Because if y'all were so ethical, y'all wouldn't have women and children over there working in sweatshops. So is it 500 words or 1,000 words for being this late? I'm only going to give you 250 today, Jason, because I was late as well. So I'm going to give you, and I'm going to give, who else was late? Spicy, who else was late? Somebody else was late. Rolled up in here. Oh, that was Lovely 31 rolled up in here late. And I'm going to just give y'all 250 words. Okay, the essay today, just 250 words. Go on over there, grab the little essay topic book and get started on my essay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Y'all go ahead and click the like button. That might help them get through their essays real quick. What are we looking at with likes over there? Anyway, y'all. So I'm with Jalen Brown. Like, how dare you try to be self-righteous, Nike, all of a sudden? Because there've been a lot of white. I'm gonna just go right on here and say it. There have been a lot of white athletes that have did some of the most heinous and horrible things that you can imagine, and they ain't got dropped from nail endorsement deal from the likes of a Nike. But now they want to be self-righteous and pious and holier than thou all of a sudden. They want to get some scruples about them and some morals. Good, if y'all don't go sit down somewhere, please go sit down somewhere. Please go sit down somewhere, Nike. We're not here for it. Jalen Brown, I applaud you. He's a member of my favorite team, my Boston Celtics. Kyrie Irving, I still don't really care for him, but it is what it is. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we had the funeral services, homegoing services for Takeoff yesterday in Atlanta. There were a lot of people there. From what I understand, Justin Bieber performed. Alicia Keys. They said even Yolanda Adams was there and performed. They said it was very emotional, but it was very well done and well put together. Um, Condolences to his family. I know the other members of the Migos are all members of his family as well, and it's got to be tough, like I said, to have to mourn and grieve in public like that. For the most part, the most public part of the grieving process that a lot of people have is the funeral. And then you can go back into your respective homes and mourn and grieve as you should see fit. But when you are a celebrity, you don't have those options. Like you literally have to grieve and mourn in a public sphere. And so that's got to be tough. So my thoughts, condolences, and prayers to the family and friends. And let me emphasize family and friends. A lot of times people always say thoughts and condolences to the family, but a lot of times you have friends that are even closer than family members are at times. You honestly have friends that become the family of a person because they become just that close or just that well connected to that individual. So, thoughts, prayers, and condolences to his family and his friends and loved ones. So, yeah, we're definitely praying for them. Um, all right. Now, listen, y'all. I know y'all are waiting for the Sugar Spike intro song. I got a copyright claim on my live on this past Monday because the people I guess who own the Taste the Biscuit, apparently there are people who own the rights to Taste the Biscuits, and these people have made a copyright claim against my live on Monday, and I did not even get my live for Monday monetized. And I went back and they got me for a couple other lives. Like I think they have me for 3 lives right now that they've made copyright claims against because of the Taste the Biscuit. And when you get a copyright claim, they tell you what song it's for, and it literally says "Taste the Biscuit." I was like, so unfortunately, I gotta exactly, y'all. They don't care about me. They do not care about me. So let me put my donation information up. So in case y'all want to donate to the platform, now that they taking all my monetization away from the goddamn Taste of Biscuits um lives. So if you want to donate to the platform, information is scrolling across the bottom. But so I can't do Taste the Biscuit, unfortunately. Yeah, we can't. But I can go back to my old. Oh yeah, you will shed not just a tear, but you will shed several tears at. You will shed several tears at Black Panther. Before I get to Sugar Spike, let me say this about Black Panther. Black Panther is technically doing quite well post pandemic. It's been real, touch and go with movies and people going to movies. But as of right now, the Thursday box office numbers for Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever are higher than the Thursday numbers for the original Black Panther. And so I'm sure they're estimating it making somewhere in between. When I was looking at some of the estimates, they were saying, and this is based on just the Thursday numbers, that hasn't even included the Friday numbers or this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday numbers. But where is all my stuff, y'all? Like I'm having so much issues finding my stuff like I normally can. But it was a good movie. I will say that it was I really enjoyed the movie. There are some things that made me go, but I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to wait until Monday before I break it down because I want to give some of y'all a chance to watch it. But they're saying that it could make anywhere from 175 million to 200 million. All right. So, um, people were saying the pundits are saying, oh, well, it won't make as much money as Doctor Strange did. Remember, and I watched Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. I'm a Marvel fan, so I watch the Marvel movies. But it's looking like it very well could. It very well could pass Doctor Strange. Yeah, we'll see what happens with it. Doctor Strange is Marvel's highest grossing since the pandemic. So, and they were saying that they didn't feel like Black Panther 2 would surpass that. But looking at some of the box office numbers just from Thursday alone, it looks like it has the opportunity to do that. So yeah. So go out, support. Make sure you wear your white, your unbroken or uninterrupted white. Because there's a whole fume that you have to go to. We'll break down. Because there's a lot. Maybe later this week, maybe I'll get SBD and Abby and some of us who follow Marvel heavy. I might even call Foy and see if I can get Foy to come back up. I talked to Foy not long ago, like a week ago. But we'll come up and we'll talk about some stuff because there are a lot of, and then there's some underlying things when you talk about the Mayan influence and versus the African influence, and how we'll break that down after people watch the movie. I'll give you a chance to watch the movie. I won't ruin anything. Go watch the movie, and we'll talk about it later. But it's time for our favorite segment, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary members of our audience. It's time for our sugar spike, sugar spike, sugar, 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 sugar spike, sugar spike, sugar spike, sugar, 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 sugar spike, sugar spike, sugar spike, sugar, 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 sugar spike, sugar spike. Oh, we can't do sugar spike without having Steve Carell. I'm sorry, let's do that over the right way. Sugar spike, sugar spike, sugar, 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 sugar spike, sugar spike, sugar spike, sugar, 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 sugar spike, sugar spikes. It's time for our sugar spike segment, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so if Really B was here, Really B is frolicking about the city of Atlanta, hanging out with other YouTubers. If I was in town, I would have been there, but she's out hanging out with other YouTubers, Scotty and Mims and Sakina and all types of people. You'll see videos and lives and stuff. They out partying. But if Really B saw this, she would be saying this is a real sugar spike. Who is that? That's Dan Snyder, one of the worst owners in the NFL, if not the worst owner. I mean, him, Jerry Jones, it's a couple of them, but he's right up there. He's right up there. So here's the thing with the Washington Commanders. They're a real piece of work, okay? So Let me read this article and then do a little bit of breakdown for y'all. Okay. So the Washington Commanders franchise um, just stepped in it with this. Okay. So the Washington, D.C. Attorney General Carl Rancine stated this past Wednesday that he would be making a major announcement in a press conference about the Washington Commanders and allegations of financial malfeasance and improprieties. Um, Rancine has since announced a formal lawsuit against the Washington Commanders owner Dan Snyder, the team, and the NFL, alleging that all parties colluded to deceive fans about the league's investigation into the team's toxic workplace culture and allegations of sexual assault. Now, if you remember, this investigation is what got your boy fired from the Raiders, John Gruden. This is what got John Gruden fired because there was a lot of emails and things that was flying around, and John Gruden got caught up in the fray because he sent emails to the Washington Commanders, and there was a lot of racism, sexism, misogyny, all kinds of bigoted and discriminatory language. There's testimony from former employees, former players about just how toxic and horrible the work environment is, and they're contesting that the NFL and owners and management down to the Washington Commanders, formerly known as the Washington Redskins, were colluding together to make sure none of this came out. So the Washington Commanders has a problem. Well, here's what Rancine said. Rancine said, quote, "For years, the team and its owner have caused very real and very serious harm and then lied about it to dodge accountability and to continue to rake in profits. So far, they seem to have gotten away with it, but that stops today." I mean, there are stories about people buying season tickets and them not being honored, or people buying season tickets and for whatever reason, their season tickets get revoked, but people don't get their money back, and all types of effect. Like if you talk to people who live in the greater DC area, they cannot stand this guy. Like they really loathe Dan Snyder. So before the announcement of what the Attorney General will be charging them with, the Washington Commanders got wind that this was going to happen, right? So a spokesperson released a statement from the Washington Commanders, and they went after Rand. They went after the Attorney General Rancine with reckless abandon. Talking about how out of control the crime was in Washington, D.C. Now, let me give you a little bit backstory. They have a running back on the Washington Commanders football team that was shot in Washington, D.C. I remember the football team was shot in Washington, D.C. And so they basically were saying, oh, you worried about what the fuck we got going on. You need to be trying to clean up the goddamn crime in Washington, D.C. and get and not worry about the fact that we got what we got going on. We y'all have our players that can't even walk the streets in Washington, D.C. without getting shot at. Let me read the statement from the Washington Commanders. Now, this is what the Washington Commanders said. Quote, "Less than 3 months ago, a 23-year-old player on our team was shot multiple times in broad daylight. Despite the out-of-control violent crime in D.C., today the Washington Commanders learned for the first time on Twitter that the D.C. Attorney General will be holding a press conference to make a major announcement related to the organization tomorrow. The Washington Commanders have fully cooperated with the Attorney General's investigations for nearly a year. As recently as Monday, a lawyer for the team met with the Attorney General, who did not suggest at the time that he intended to take any action and, in fact, revealed fundamental misunderstandings of the underlying facts. It is unfortunate that in his final days in office, Mr. Rancine appears more interested in making splashy headlines based on offbeat legal theories rather than doing the hard work of making the streets of our citizens, including making the streets safe for our citizens, including bringing justice to the people who shot one of our players. Now, normally, end quote, you would think, ooh, bitch, they drug you, Attorney General Rancine. Girl, you need to leave them people alone. But let's dial it back a little bit, okay? So here's really what happens when you get back to the crux of the story. They're just trying to make they're ranting and raving about shit that don't even make sense. Because here's the deal. He was what happened was it was a carjacking and he was shot at twice. Okay, he was shot twice. However, the DC Police Department have arrested all of the people involved. The running back went back to the team a few days after the incident. And they're talking about this the Attorney General, who they say, you know, is trying to make headlines. The Attorney General actually is leaving his post. He could have ran for a third post, but decided that he wanted to retire, and he's not going for a third term. So all of this stuff that they're ranting and raving about, that they need to try to make the streets safer, and they're holding up this running back as the poster child for a bad crime, when the person involved, the people involved, have already been arrested and are already in jail awaiting trial. The man already back on the team. Y'all talk about the man, the Attorney General trying to make headline. The Attorney General is actually coming out of office. Could have ran for a third term and chose not to. Like the Washington Commanders and Dan Snyder have no business saying anything to anybody about any wrongdoing. If you go and read some of the emails and some of the testimony of people in and around that team, they called the owner all kinds of F-bombs, saying that he was a pussy and calling him all types of F-bombs. You know what I'm talking about? They used N-words all over the place. They used the C word, referencing certain women and all kinds of things. Like, it's a whole train wreck. Now I'm going to wipe that with allegedly, but there are documents that have been entered into evidence that, you know, substantiates this stuff. Like, they got a lot of things to worry about than trying to tell this man that he ain't doing his job as Attorney General. We'll continue to monitor it because we can't stand Dan Snyder, but it is what it is. This guy right here, so Dave Chappelle is slated to be on Saturday Night Live tonight. The only good part about it is the fact that Black Star will be on there, and that's Talib Kweli and Most Def. Talib Kweli and Most Def are part of the group Black Star. Probably one of my favorite. Most Def is one of my favorite rappers of all time. But we're not here for Dave Chappelle. We're not here for any part. If there was ever, see, all of that smoke that people have for Kanye, not that they shouldn't, but we need that same kind of energy here for this clown. A whole clown. And so there are writers on the SNL staff that have boycotted this week and are not choosing to write for this week. First of all, let's be clear. SNL has been unwatchable for at least 8 to 10 years. I think the last person that was remotely watchable on there was Kristen Wiig, and she left some time ago. Once Maya Rudolph left, Kristen Wiig, like it was really unwatchable. Like the glory days of the 90s of SNL are far gone. Okay, like the early 90s, early to mid 90s of SNL, when it was in its glory days, are gone. It had a resurgence with Will Ferrell and Cherry O'Terry and them during the early 2000s. But after that, the shit is fucking unwatchable. But let's be clear. For all of these people who had this same smoke for Kanye and the shit that he was doing and saying, where's the smoke for this young man? Because people say, "Oh, it's just jokes. It's just jokes. It's just jokes." I continue to say, if a group that you're making a joke about says that is offensive, you don't need to do that anymore, especially if you're not a member of that group. That's one. Two, what makes it even worse is when the people tell you that it is offensive and you double down on it and say, "I don't give a shit how y'all feel, fuck y'all and fuck y'all life." I'm going even further and continue to tell jokes, because it wasn't just that one Netflix stand-up. It was multiple. He kept doing it over and over and over. And the thing to me that makes it that horrible is when he got on there and he said, "Oh yeah," because he doubled, tripled, and quadrupled down on his horrible, bigoted language and jokes. And then, to me, what was the straw that broke the camel's back for me is when he came out of his mouth and said, "Oh yeah, because I'm a turf." Now, for the general public, you may not even know what a turf is. Can one of my mods go look up turf, TERF, and put the definition of turf in the chat? Because I ain't got time to really break it down like I want to today. But essentially, what turf is an acronym, and it stands for women who are against the trans community and and many of them want to do harm to trans women and members of the trans community, and want laws enacted to stop all support for anything dealing with the trans community. And for him to come out of his mouth and say, "Oh yeah, because I'm a turf," that is equated to a white person making racist jokes about black people, and then saying, "Oh yeah, because I'm a member of the KKK," and thinking that that was going to be funny and land well. And if that happened, you would have people all across the fruited plains that would be ready to burn down SNL if they allow a white comedian to come on their platform and do that. But they allow this clown to do that. And then here's where they would here. Let me put myself bigger than this clown. Hold on, because I need to walk this a little heavy a little bit. Okay, let me walk this a little heavy. Then what makes it even worse is, here's what makes it worse. What makes it worse is the patronization to the black community. Why do I say that? Because here's what they did in all of the promos leading to this week's SNL sketch. You look at all of the commercials and promos, you got Dave Chappelle and the black lady, I can't think of her name, she has an African name, who's a member of the cast right now, her and Black Star. And now it's all about, "Oh yeah, because this gonna be a real black show," because y'all trying to get more black people to watch, because members of the LGBTQ community are not here for this bullshit and this fuck shit. So now you're placating us and you're patronizing us and say, "Oh yeah, come watch because this gonna be a real black show." Like he even came on that, "Yeah, hey, Chanel gonna be so black this week, it might as well be on BET." Well, no, that ain't funny either. That's not landing either. Sorry. You don't get any extra points. You don't get any extra fucking points for trying to make it black. Saying, "Oh yeah, because we want all of," basically they're trying to get members of the black community to come and watch it because they know members of the LGBTQ plus community are not here for it. Even members of your own writing staff are boycotting. And this is the shit when people start to pick and choose what marginalized group needs support and what doesn't, it hurts all of them. I keep telling y'all, you're not going to make your own group higher by not supporting another marginalized group, because if they shit on one, they're going to shit on everybody else. And a lot of people have said to me, Vova, because I see what you're saying, where don't some black comedians make jokes about white community? They absolutely do. And at the moment where the white community says, hey, bruh, that's too far, don't do that shit anymore, guess what that comedian has to do? Say, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that because they're offended by that. And you can't tell another group how to be offended. I'm sorry. If I come on here as a man and make a joke about women, and my subscribers come to me and say, "Hey, El Teddy, that wasn't good. That was bad. Don't do that." Guess what it's up to me to do? For me to say, you know what? I offended you all, and I apologize. That was not my intention. It went a little too far. You ain't got to worry about me doing that anymore. And we go on for that, and I don't do it anymore. I don't double down and triple down on it and say, well, fuck you and fuck your life. It's not how that goes. And for all of the free speech people and all of the people saying, oh, he has the right and the freedom to say what he wants to say, that's all fine because you're not the ones affected right now. But I say again, members of the black community, if a white comedian comes out here, does a set, and half of his set is racist jokes about black people, and in the middle of that, he laughs and says, oh yeah, I'm a member of the KKK, we would all be losing our freaking mind. Did any of the mods put up what turf means for the people? Or do I need to go look this up? For come on, mods, I need y'all to do that for me. Can y'all put that in the chat for me, please? Or did I miss it? But to me, it sickens me, y'all. It sickens me that this man is over here continuing to make, because I have no reason to believe that he won't make another off-color or offensive joke about the trans community tonight, even on SNL. I have no reason to believe that he won't during his opening monologue or maybe even during one of the sketches. A mess. A mess is what it is. A mess. Anyway, moving on. All of our sugar spikes today are not bad. Because, Lord, because I didn't want it all to be bad. So this young man right here, we talked on, I believe it was Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was Thursday. We talked on the politics of it all about a lot of the winners in the black community. Well, since then, I told you all on Thursday that, that the Michigan had not only taken the governor's mansion, but they had also taken both chambers of Congress, as well as so Michigan went totally blue. They took both chambers of commerce, not commerce, both chambers of Congress in the state legislature. They took that Senate seat as well as the governor's mansion. And with that, they have elected their first black speaker of the House. So the black speaker of the House for the state of Michigan is none other than Representative Joe Tate, who you see here. He is the first ever black speaker of the House for the state House of Representatives in the great state of Michigan. He won 73% of the vote in his district when he first was elected there. But after his reelection on Tuesday, they had election for Speaker of the House, and he won Speaker of the House after his fellow Democrats put him there. He is from Detroit, and he actually is a former NFL player. He's a veteran, and he's now a politician. He's now the Speaker of the House in Michigan. We applaud him. Shout outs in the chat for Joe Tate, Speaker Joe Tate, Speaker of the House of the Michigan House of Representatives. Let me put put that big again because I need it to be small for y'all's boy. So shout out to Joe Tate, who is the new Speaker of the House in Michigan. All right, we almost. Oh, this is another great segment we have here in the year. All right, put in the chat what year y'all think it's going. What year are we doing this year? What year do y'all think we're going to be doing this year? I'm waiting to see what years y'all think what year it's going to be. What year do you think we're going to do on in the year? I'm gonna help you out. Nah, this young man probably wasn't born that year. The year I'm thinking about is before he was born. I was gonna say maybe this young man was born in that year. He could have been in maybe I don't know. But what year do you all think that we're gonna do? Oh, I'm real hungry. I need to go get me something to eat after this. I'm hungry, y'all. Donate to the snack fund. I'm hungry. 1999, 2011. Last year we did what was that? 98. No, 98 was the first year. We did 98. The first time we did in the year. Last year we did 2003. So Tracy says 2009. All right. All of y'all are way off. Way off. The year is 1986. Put in the chat how old you were in 1986. I was a little boy then. I was a little boy in 1986. Little boy. How old were you in the year 1986? Oh boy. I'm trying to think how old I was. Oh, you were a freshman in high school or college? Jason. Shay says she was 4. Chat. All right. So now, if we're doing the year of 1986, let's see what y'all got going on here. China White, I wasn't here yet. China White said, I'm a 90s baby. I wasn't even thought about yet in 1986. Y'all old ass people. Mary said she was 16. Shout out to Mary. Tracy, depending on the month I was born that year. Okay, Tracy, I see you, girl. Go ahead, girl. Okay. Jason said he was a freshman in high school. I was a little boy in elementary, real little. I think I had in like first grade or something like that. Maybe second grade, somewhere around there. Anyway, Wanda says she was 8. I was 7. I was 7 in 1986. All right. So y'all know it's gonna be some good music from 1988, 86. I mean, in 1986. Y'all know if we talk about 1986, it's all about the music. Here's some things that happened in 1986. Chernobyl, the explosion of the nuclear meltdown at Chernobyl in the USSR at that time happened in 1986. Yeah, Chernobyl happened. The Challenger, what was it? This lady's name was the Challenger crash. Her name was Krista. That was the teacher. Krista, is it Ocliff? It was something with an A. I can't remember her last name. I remember her last name started with an A. But I remember in 1986 when this happened, it was January of 86. I think it was like January or February of 86 when it happened. And I remember we were watching it in class. We were watching it in school. Krista McCullough, thank you. I know it was something with an A in that. Krista McCullough, thank you. But I remember we were watching it in school because she was a teacher, and that was the first time they let a teacher go on a NASA space shuttle, and that was her. And all the children around America were watching this, and the space shuttle obliterated and disintegrated and crashed in the front of us. And it was just like this horrific moment where we all watched it. It was like, oh my God, what's happening? I was in like first grade, I remember. it was a horrible thing. I remember watching it, and then we were all sitting there watching it, and we was, so excited about the rocket and the space shuttle, and that lady, teacher, and the lady died. Everybody died, and that was when they had to explain. I remember our teachers having to explain to us students, you know, sometimes things happen in life that's not like there was just a long drawn out thing. Like there were schools around the country that had grief counselors, because of that. Hands Across America happened, um, when that came in 1986. Um, if you remember, wasn't that when that song? Because it was a big advertising push for Hands Across America. Isn't that when they came out with that song? I'd like to buy the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honey bees and snow white turtle doves. I like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. Wasn't that part of Hands Across America? No, We Are the World was 1985. I vividly remember We Are the World was 1985. That was for the people starving in Ethiopia. 1985 was We Are the World. 1986 was Hands Across America. I think that's when I Like to Teach the World to Sing in Perfect Harmony came out. I want to say that's when that came out. But I remember everybody was supposed to be standing in the middle of the street holding hands. Needless to say, we didn't do that in the black community. We was not here for it. Baby, we stay in the hood. Baby, some of these people ain't gonna never hold hands, and they will beat you down if you try and get anywhere near them. It wasn't happening in my neighborhood. I'm just telling you. But you had Hands Across America. Now, here are the top grossing movies of here's the top grossing movies of 1986. Y'all see The Color Purple is on there. It was number 7. Um, Top Gun, I saw that. I saw Crocodile Dundee. I saw Karate Kid too. I didn't see that movie Back to School. I don't even remember what that was about. Aliens with Sigourney Weaver. That was a good one. I didn't see that Star Trek. Ruthless People. Ruthless People is funny. Ruthless People is funny. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I've seen that, and Down and Out in Beverly Hills. Classic movies. Classic movies right there. These are the top 10 grossing films of 1986. If you see one of these, well, we know everybody does see Color Purple. Like everybody, if you haven't seen Color Purple, if you ain't seen nothing else from this list, you done seen Color Purple. Now you know they just did a reboot of Top Gun. They just did that one. And y'all know Netflix has a reboot of Karate Kid. I forgot what it's called. Is it Cobra Kai? Something like that. I think that's what it is. Crocodile Dundee had like 2 or 3 sequels as well. But Ferris Bueller's Day Off is very iconic. It's a cult classic. Bueller. All right. I don't know if y'all can read that, but here's the top 10 songs according to Billboard in 1986. Top 15. It was. I know almost all these songs. That's What Friends Are For? Classic song. Love that song. Say You, Say Me. That's Lionel Richie. Say It Always. Ooh, that's the way it should be. That's Say You, Say Me. I Miss You was my jam. Do y'all know for the longest time, because I was a little boy and we didn't have cable, so we couldn't really watch the video like that. I thought it was a man singing I Miss You, not knowing that it was that lady from Climax, or I miss you, I miss you. There's no other way to say it. And that was that jam. On My Own by Patti LaBelle and Michael McDonald. Come on. I'm on my own. Why did it end this way? This wasn't how it was supposed to be. What's the next one? Oh, broken. That's take these broken wings and learn to fly again. I don't know how you're gonna take broken wings and learn to fly again because that is impossible. Um, how will I know? Everybody know how will I know? There's a boy. I know he's the one I dreamed of. Party all the oh my girl wants to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. It was a bump back in the day, China White. Don't laugh at party all the time. It was a bump back in the day. I don't know Burning Heart by Survivor. Only song I know by Survivor is Eye of the Tiger. That's the only song I know by them. Curious is on the road that I must travel. Curious curious. I remember that song. Oh, and then that's Robert Parley. Might as well face it. You're addicted to love. We know the greatest love of all. Secret Lovers by Secret Lovers by Atlantic Star is one of my favorite songs. One of my favorites. Secret Lovers by Atlantic Star? Bitch. Friends or Lovers? I don't know that. I might know it. I can't remember. I don't know Glory of Love. I don't know West End Girls. That was the Billboard top 15. But I looked out for y'all because I said, wait a minute. If it's 1986, there's a whole lot of black music that we missing out on. So I gave you a top 30 of R&B. So I'm gonna put up the top 30 R&B. Look at some of these songs on this list, y'all. Look at some of these songs on the top 30. Number one was Patti LaBelle and Michael McDonald, On My Own. Melissa Morgan is number two with Do Me, Baby, like you never done before. Oh, that was my shit. Atlantic Star, Secret Lovers is number three. That's What Friends Are For is number four. Janet Jackson, Nasty was number five. Now, for you little kiddos, for the kiddos, you notice how it has an A and a B? That's because these are the singles that were the top grossing singles. And all singles back then had an A side and a B side. Y'all don't know what an A side and a B side is. It had an A side and a B side. Even when we had cassette tapes, there was an A side and a B side. That's for my generation Zers and Xavier and stuff. Prince Kiss was number six. Prince is number six. Y'all see the kind of music was coming out in 1986? Time social ruin. Look at all these rumors around me every day. I just be so tired. Just time to get away from all these rumors. Can't take it no more. Billy Ocean. There'll be sad songs to make you cry. Love soft and dew. That. But Billy Ocean is very slept on. Billy Ocean used to have some jams. Stephanie Mills, I learned to respect the power of love. I learned to respect the power of new shoes. I can't wait. Let me think. What song is I can't? I feel like I know this song. Oh, I can't wait to jump the I can't wait. I remember that song. Lionel Richie, Say You Say Me. We went over that. Renee and Angela, Your Smile. I don't know that. Do I know that? Your Smile? Is that no? I don't know if I know that. I might have to go look that up and listen to that. Janet Jackson is number 13 with What Have You Done For Me Lately? Lisa, and Cult Jam with All Cried Out. Child. Come on, All Cried Out, because I'm all cried out over you. Eugene Wild, Don't Say No Tonight. I don't know that one. Orange Juice Jones. Child. 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 If you don't know Orange Juice song, I saw you and him walking in the rain. Come on now. You were holding hands, and now never be the same. Because, baby, the way he laid her out at the end of that video and drugged that woman. And so here's 17 through 30. 17 is cameo, word up. It's the body say. When you hit the call, you got to get it on there. Gene Carn, closer than close. I don't know that one. Anita Baker, Sweet Love. If Anita Baker, Sweet Love is 19, that tells you how saturated R&B music was in this year of 1988. SOS Band, The Finest. I don't know that one. Shirley Jones, Do You Get Enough Love? I don't know that. Sade, The Sweetest Taboo. Come on, Sade is 22. You give me the sweetest taboo. I don't. Gwen Guthrie, Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rant. I feel like I should know that one, but I really don't. Yarbrough and People's Guilty. I don't know if I know that one either. Elder the Barge, who's Johnny? She said, and smiled in her special way. She's Johnny. She said, you know I love you. Who's Johnny? She said that was with that movie with the little robot Johnny Five. I forgot the name of the movie, but it was a little robot Johnny Five. Jeffrey Osborne, and you woo woo woo. And you woo woo woo. Come on, Jeffrey Osborne. And you woo woo woo. Y'all know how we feel about Jeffrey Osborne in these parts. Force MD's tender love, love so tender, wanna be close to you, baby. I surrender. That was that jam, Tender Love. Ready for the World digital display. I don't know if I know that. How Will I Know only made it to 29 on the R&B charts. Sherelle and Saturday Love is all the way down here at 30. Saturday Love. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday Love. Thank you. Short Circuit. That is the movie. The Isley Brothers. Caravan of Love is 31. Luther Vandross, Give Me the Reason is 32. Do y'all see how saturated? This is why I say these children will never know real music, because this is the top 30, and some of these songs is some of the greatest R&B songs that you ever want to hear. And in their day and in their prime, they wasn't even sniffing. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, when people start talking about, oh, Rihanna got X amount of Grammys, Beyonce got X amount of Grammys, bitch, because you ain't got nobody to go against. Y'all don't have real music to go up against, so you can win all of these Grammys. Because who are you competing against? We'll get out of here. Anyway, it's time for hashtags and emojis. This is the time for you to fill up the chat with hashtags and emojis, okay? Diamond Pearl Jim said you have to have a job if you want to be with a child. I don't remember that song. Ain't nothing going on but I probably, if I hear it, I probably will remember it. But off the top of my head, I can't remember it. All right, this is time for hashtags and emojis. Hashtags and emojis. What did I do? Oh, hashtags and emojis. We almost out of here, y'all. I think all we got left is all we have left is palate cleansers, more palate cleansers. I think that's all we got left. Jason, I looked out for you this week. Don't say I ain't never look out for you. No hashtags, no emojis. I'm waiting for y'all to put the hashtags and emojis in the chat. I'm real hungry, y'all. I need to go get me something to eat after this. I'm gonna be lightheaded if I don't go get nothing to eat real soon. So Hashtags, emojis. Take this opportunity to hit the like button as you are putting your hashtags and emojis. You take this opportunity to hit the like button. All right. Thank you. All right. And now, y'all favorite part. Palette cleanses on the way out. Here this week's palette cleansers. Palette cleansers. Palette cleansers. There you go, Jason. Don't say I wasn't looking out. For all of my heterosexual men and lesbians in the room, here you go. Here's another palette cleanser. The thick ones for you, Jason. Okay. I listen. Don't say I am doing the Lord's work over here. Okay, we're doing the work of the Lord. Y'all, listen. Y'all donate to the platform. We are over here doing the Lord's work. Okay, I think I might go get me some crabs today. I'm real hungry. I really want something good to eat too. I might go get me some crabs today. We're over here doing the Lord's work. Okay, donate to the platform. We're here about the business of doing the good Lord's work. There's a seasoned young man for my women who like their men with some gray. There's another one for those of you looking for the women's is. She got some nice little braids. Don't say I wasn't looking out. There's a little tenderoni. Palette cleansers on the way out. Not large. I'm not doing this with you. Let me go back. She might have that's a real woman. She has XX chromosomes. God, she's not large handed. I'm not doing this with you, Jason. God. That right there is for me. That's not for y'all. The last two, this one and this one is for me. Y'all gonna know how to, but these two for me. Sorry. Not sorry. Lord. Okay. I'm gonna have her call you. Okay. I see you, Tanya. I'm gonna have her give you a call. Here's another one. Tanya, not Tanya. Tracy is cussing me out because I don't have their IG handles on here. Tracy is cussing me out for dear life right now. She's cussing me out. It's okay, Tracy. I still love you. I had another one for Jason. You're welcome. I thought about y'all. Y'all said I wasn't being inclusive. At least this week I'm being inclusive. I got to give the people what they want. I'm a man of the people. I give y'all what y'all want. Lord. Contribute to the platform. We over here doing heavy lifting today. I love that hair though. I love her hair. Are those hands too big for you as well, Jason? Oh God. Cannot make y'all happy. Really? That's what we're doing today, Tracy? Is that really what we're doing today? Is that what we're doing? I can't win with you people. How about we just take the palate cleanser out all together? If we took them out all together, then y'all will be cussing me out about that. Y'all will be cussing me out if I took them out all together. God, cannot win with you all. God, that right there is mine too. Don't look at that one too hard. That one's for me. Y'all don't worry about that one right there. That's all me right there. That right there is all me. Ooch. That right there is all me. Hmm. I believe that's the last of my palate cleansers. That is the last of them. All right, let's go back full screen. Let's put our Silly Saturday overlay back up, and here we are. So y'all listen. That is Silly Saturday for today. We've been on here almost 2.5 hours. Doing a lot of heavy lifting. But I'm a man of the people. I do it for y'all. I'm very hungry now, and I got a lot of stuff to do this evening with my family, get some stuff taken care of. But we're here for y'all. I promise y'all I will be here. People done called me 39 times since I've been on here, and they're waiting for me. So I got to get out of here and go do some stuff and take care of some stuff, and tonight and tomorrow, and then get back. Anyway, what was I about to say? But I'm always here for y'all. Y'all know if I can be, if I'm available, and I can be, I am here for y'all. Put some shondos in the chat before we get out of here. I'm spent. I am tired. Hit the like button, share this out, subscribe, contribute to the platform. This does not come easy. It absolutely does not come easy, but it's a labor of love. It's absolutely a labor of love, but it does not come easy. So please contribute to the platform so we can be ever increasing our production over here, and we can bring you give you the best that I got, giving you the best that I got, baby. Did y'all see Anita Baker is about to go on tour starting in February. Tickets go on sale on the 17th. Is coming, I believe, Thursday. Tickets go on sale. She'll be in a lot of major cities. So she'll go from February till I think she's going to do February, like around Valentine's Day, and early March. And then she's going to come back in May and go through the summer. She'll be in Hollywood, Florida. She'll be in Atlanta. I know I saw New Orleans, Detroit, a lot of major cities. Go look it up. But Anita Baker, if you have not had a chance, listen, she could have a million farewell tours. We are always here to hear more of Anita Baker. More Anita Baker is always a good thing. Because if Anita Baker died tomorrow, we all gonna be in mourning for the greatness that is and was Anita Baker. So I'm here. She could have 30 more farewell tours. Have as many as you want, Anita. Have as many as you want. We are here for it. That money's starting to get good to you. I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Donations for the IG names. Also, I seen Anita Baker in July in Detroit when she said that was her last child. Listen, she could keep saying it's her last tour. Thank you so much, Tracy, for your super chat. And I'll be at every one of her last tours. I'm gonna be at. Anyway, oh God, they keep texting and calling me. Let me get out of here. before these people text and call me again. Listen, y'all. Y'all know the spiel. It's the end of the program. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They're much obliged and much appreciated. Thank each and every one of you all because y'all support me. Y'all are here. Y'all could be a whole lot of other places, but you all chose to be here with me. And I am grateful and appreciative for your time and your energy. That's all I have for y'all until next week, Saturday. I don't know if I'm gonna do next Saturday next week Saturday because I'm gonna be out of town. I'm gonna really be in DC next week, but we'll be live throughout the week. So look for Interview with the Vampire season finale review to come out tomorrow, and perhaps sometime this week we may do a live on Black Panther 2. So look around for that. That's all I have for y'all. Until next time. Thank you all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.